Scarred by the zone's mysteries and horrors, one faction has made it their mission to protect humanity from the chaos. Duty stands as a bastion of order, discipline, and sacrifice, waging an unrelenting war against the zone's terrors.
Duty is more than a faction. They are a symbol of humanity's desperate struggle to reclaim control over a world gone awry. Known for their strict military discipline, unyielding ideology, and uncompromising stance on the zone, Duty is a faction that divides opinion among stalkers. Are they humanity's saviors, or are they authoritarian zealots doomed to fail against the zone's might? In this video, we'll explore the Duty's origins, their mission, and the sacrifices they make in their quest to destroy the zone. From their iconic leadership and advanced arsenal to their bitter rivalry with Freedom, we'll uncover the deep and complex story of Duty in the S.T.A.L.K.E.R universe. Duty's origins are as tragic as they are compelling. In 2009, the Ukrainian military launched expeditions into the zone to bring it under governmental control. These missions were catastrophically unsuccessful. Anomalies and mutants devastated the ranks of these expeditions, leaving only a handful of survivors. These soldiers, disillusioned with their orders and betrayed by the harsh realities of the zone, banded together to survive. Their leader, Captain S.T.A.L.K.E.R, spearheaded a desperate mission to reach the zone's center and destroy it with nuclear explosives. However, an unexpected mission wiped out most of his team, leaving the survivors stranded and isolated. Facing death, S.T.A.L.K.E.R made a fateful decision. He and his men would desert the military and form a faction dedicated to combating the zone on their own terms.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R's betrayal of his orders was the birth of Duty, but it came at a steep cost. The faction's early days were marred by hardship, betrayal, and tragedy, a legacy that continues to shape their unyielding philosophy.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R's tragic end came during an expedition where he became trapped in a spatial anomaly. With no escape, he recorded his final moments on a PDA before taking his own life. Leadership passed to General Krylov and later to General Voronin, who solidified Duty's role as the zone's self-appointed guardians. Duty's mission is clear. The zone is a threat to humanity's survival and must be destroyed. This ideology drives every action that they take, from their constant battles against mutants to their refusal to trade artifacts on the black market. Unlike other factions, Duty believes that the zone's resources should not be studied, not exploited, and they hand over all artifacts they recover to scientists in exchange for weapons and equipment.
Duty's ideology is built on sacrifice. To them, the zone is not an opportunity, it is a curse. Their mantra, protect humanity, destroy the zone, encapsulates their belief that the zone must be eradicated, no matter the cost.
Duty's stance often puts them at odds with other factions, particularly Freedom, whose members advocate for the coexistence within the zone. Freedom sees the zone as a natural wonder to be explored, while Duty views it as a disease to be eradicated. This ideological clash has fueled one of the most enduring rivalries within the zone. The rivalry between Duty and Freedom is one of the most iconic conflicts in the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series. On one side stands Duty, with their strict discipline and mission to eradicate the zone. On the other is Freedom, a faction that believes in personal liberty and embracing the zone's mysteries. Their opposing philosophies have led to countless battles over territory, resources, and influence.
To Duty, Freedom's ideology is reckless, a betrayal of humanity's need to protect itself from the zone's dangers. To Freedom, Duty represents authoritarian control and an unwillingness to adapt to a new reality.
This rivalry is not just ideological, however, it is deeply personal. Leaders like Skull, a high-ranking Duty officer, have defied orders to launch attacks on Freedom, while Freedom's Lukash sees Duty as a threat to the zone's potential. These clashes have escalated into full-scale battles, with players often caught in the crossfire. Duty's military structure reflects its roots in the Ukrainian army. From privates to generals, every member had a clearly defined role, ensuring that the faction operated with precision and discipline. General S.T.A.L.K.E.R was the founder of Duty, and he is remembered for his tragic demise and his vision. Then there was General Krylov, S.T.A.L.K.E.R's successor, who expanded Duty's research efforts. And finally, General Voronin, the current leader, who relocated Duty's base back to the Rostock factory and stabilized the faction during a period of uncertainty. Other notable members include Skull, an ambitious officer who often clashed with Voronin's orders, and Lieutenant Colonel Shulga, who leads Duty's expeditionary forces in Call of Pripyat. These leaders have shaped Duty's policies, from their war with freedom to their alliances with scientists and neutral stalkers.
Duty's leadership is more than just a chain of command. It is a reflection of their values. Each leader has brought their own vision to the faction, but all share an unwavering commitment to protecting humanity from the Zone.
Duty's operations require them to be heavily armed and well-equipped. Their arsenal includes a mix of standard-issued weapons and specialized gear designed to handle the Zone's unique threats. Duty's soldiers will primarily use Russian-made firearms, including AKM variants, the Thunder S-14 and the SA Avalanche. Heavy weapons like the RP-74 machine gun provide the firepower needed to suppress the mutant hordes. Duty's suits prioritize durability and protection. Their signature PSZ-9D duty armor and exoskeletons allow them to withstand both bullets and the claws of mutants.
Every piece of Duty's gear is chosen with survival in mind. Their equipment isn't just a tool, it is a lifeline in the Zone's unforgiving landscape.
Duty's presence is felt throughout the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series, offering players opportunities to ally with or oppose their cause. Duty's story evolves throughout the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series, showcasing their growth, challenges, and role in the Zone's shifting power dynamics. While their mission remains consistent to protect humanity and destroy the Zone, their tactics and interactions with other factions vary significantly between the games. In Shadow of Chernobyl, Duty is firmly established as one of the Zone's most powerful factions. Their base at the Rostov factory, commonly referred to as the Bar, is a key hub for players and one of the safest locations in the game. The faction is heavily armed and influential, with General Voronin leading their operations. Some of the key activities and missions involving Duty include guarding the Bar, mutant exterminations, document deliveries, the Freedom Conflict, and the Battle for Pripyat.
In Shadow of Chernobyl, Duty represents stability and order in a chaotic world. Their base at the Bar is a refuge for stalkers, but their strict rules and conflict with freedom show the costs of their unwavering mission.
In Clear Sky, Duty is in a phase of expansion. Operating from their headquarters at the Agroprom Research Institute, under General Krylov's leadership, they focus on research into the Zone's anomalies and mutants while continuing their war against freedom and bandits. The key activities and missions include the faction warfare, mutant research, the defense of Agroprom, and exploring Lubansk.
Clear Sky highlights Duty's ambition to expand their influence and scientific understanding of the Zone. However, it also reveals their vulnerability as they face mounting pressure from both external enemies and the Zone itself.
By Call of Pripyat, Duty has adapted to the Zone's shifting power dynamics. Their new base of operation is Yanov Station, a shared no-fire zone they reluctantly coexist in with freedom. The faction is led by Lieutenant Colonel Shulga, who oversees their efforts to expand into Jupiter and Pripyat. The key activities and missions include territorial patrols around Yanov Station, freedom skirmishes, protecting the scientists in the area, securing Yanov Station, and clashing with the Monolith soldiers.
In Call of Pripyat, Duty is forced to adapt to new challenges. While their influence has waned, their dedication remains unshaken. Yanov Station becomes a microcosm of their struggle, a fragile piece held together by necessity and compromise.
Across the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series, Duty evolves from a burgeoning paramilitary force to a faction grappling with the Zone's complexities. From their fortified bases in Shadow of Chernobyl, to their scientific endeavors in Clear Sky, and their uneasy truce in Call of Pripyat. Duty's journey reflects humanity's fight for survival in a hostile and mysterious world.
Duty's story is one of resilience, sacrifice, and determination. They stand as humanity's shield, waging a relentless war against the Zone's chaos. Whether you view them as saviors or zealots, their legacy is an integral part of the S.T.A.L.K.E.R universe.
Before we end the video, I want to go over some quick trivia about the Duty faction. In the original Shadow of Chernobyl website, and in their script designations, they were actually called Dolg. In Shadow of Chernobyl and Clear Sky, all members, excluding some unique characters, have nicknames. In Call of Pripyat, save for Morgan, all Duty members use the appropriate rank similarly to members of the military. In Shadow of Chernobyl, the entire faction, including the key characters of the group, were voiced by only two people, Alexander Vilkov and Anatoly Bogush. Vilkov also voiced Strelok and the Barkeep. Thank you all very much for joining me on this expanded deep dive into Duty's role within the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series. I truly hope you enjoyed this exploration, and please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more lore videos and gaming retrospectives. Until next time, Stalkers, and remember, the Zone is watching.